What's up guys, my name is Ace, and the roadmap and blog post for Season 3 is here, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty confident that this is the biggest season we have ever seen in Call of Duty's history when it comes to 6v6 multiplayer content. We're going to be seeing 6 6v6 maps added throughout this season, which is insane. I was quite happy to see 4 6v6 maps last season. Now we're getting 6 for this season, which is completely unheard of for a Call of Duty season. We're also going to be seeing some new modes, some returning modes, new guns, several new perks and vests, new equipment, aftermarket parts, and more. And that's just talking about the multiplayer side of things, which is all I'm going to be focusing on in today's video. So without further ado, let's dive right into the details of this. And the first 4 are all coming with the launch of Season 3 next week. The first one we're going to talk about here is called 6 Star, and this one's beautiful. Lots of really bright colors. I really like the aesthetic of this one. And we can see it looks like, once again, we have a map on top of a skyscraper, and they describe this one as a medium-sized map. I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. Next up for our Season 3 launch maps for 6v6, we have Emergency, and this one is quite a small-looking map, and they do describe it as a small-sized map. To me, it looks like it's going to be roughly the same size as Meat, so not like a super tiny map like Shipment or anything, but definitely still on the smaller side. Next up, we have Grow House, and this one may look a little familiar to you. This is essentially Sphere from Call of Duty Vanguard, but they've reskinned it entirely, so it is a different theme and everything to it. And this, of course, is a smaller map. And then finally, at launch for Season 3, we're going to be seeing a map called Tanked. And this one is described as a medium-sized map, and it takes place in Vondel Zoo. So it's actually a repurposed section of the Vondel Warzone map. And it is quite funny, when Vondel first launched, I actually was looking at the zoo area and thinking this could definitely make for a nice 6v6 map. And they did it here with Modern Warfare 3, so that's pretty cool to see. Hopefully this one plays well. And now let's get into the 2 additional 6v6 maps we're going to be seeing mid-season for Season 3. And the first one here is called Checkpoint, and this is described as a small map. And you may recognize it, it's actually taken from a section of Rebirth Island. Honestly, with this one, I'm slightly skeptical that it will play well for multiplayer. I guess it just depends on what kind of adjustments they made to it in order to make it a multiplayer map. Hopefully they did move some pieces of cover around just to make it flow really well for multiplayer. But of course, time will tell on that. And then finally for 6v6 maps, we have a map called Grime. And this one is completely original, so not a remaster, not taken from any of the Warzone maps or anything. And with this one, they do describe it as a small to medium-sized map. And it looks quite nice. It looks like there's definitely going to be some swimming, at least on that one lane, which I think is refreshing to see. We don't have a ton of maps in the game currently that utilize swimming. And as long as they don't take it too overboard with swimming, I do like it when they implement at least a little bit of swimming on some of the maps. And there we go. That's the multiplayer map content we can expect to see throughout Season 3. And like I said, that's just completely unheard of. Even 5 maps. I don't know if we've ever seen 5 6v6 maps before. And yet this time we're getting 6. So very happy to see that. However, one thing I was a bit surprised to see with the roadmap here is there's no new ground war map. And we have yet to see a new ground war map added post-launch to this game, which I think some people are going to be quite upset to see, understandably so, if they primarily play Ground War and they don't really play 6v6 all that much. Now for me, I am a little biased. I lean towards 6v6, especially in this game. I'm really not into the Ground War of this game, and I do think that accounts for the majority of the multiplayer player base as well, so that's why they're leaning so heavily into 6v6 maps. But I definitely feel for the Ground War players out there that are just getting nothing, and haven't been getting anything either. At the very least, it would be nice for them to perhaps carry forward some of the Modern Warfare 2 Ground War maps, just to beef up that Ground War content for those Ground War players. But in either case, that is going to wrap it up for the multiplayer map section. Now let's get into the game modes we can expect for this season. And within the launch window, it looks like we're going to be seeing Capture the Flag return, which is excellent. I kind of miss Capture the Flag. I think it does make for a nice limited time mode, because when you add it as a permanent mode, I just don't think it maintains enough of a player base. But I'm definitely interested in checking out Capture the Flag in this game. And on top of that, One in the Chamber will be returning as well. Now in season, we're going to be seeing 2 more new modes. And the first one is called Minefield, which I'm pretty skeptical about, I'll be honest. With this one, it is going to take place in modes like Kill Confirm, Domination, and Hardpoint. However, when you kill an enemy player, they end up dropping mines on the ground, and if you step on those mines, they will kill you. So as the match progresses, there's going to be more and more mines on the ground that you have to try to avoid while also still battling other players. And while I think it's kind of an interesting and funny concept, this doesn't seem like a mode that I'm interested in playing at all. I highly doubt I'm going to be playing this one. However, the game mode I'm looking forward to the most this season is Escort. And with this one team will be escorting the payload, which is the MWIII, and of course the other team is going to be defending and trying to stop you from escorting that from point A to point B. I personally really enjoy playing these escort style modes, so that's why I'm looking forward to this one the most. After that, let's get into the new vests, perks, and equipment that we'll be seeing for Season 3. And there's a lot here. This was also quite a surprising section. I expected maybe one vest and that's it, but we got 3 vests. And the first one is called Gunslinger, and with this, it's designed for secondary weapons, so you can't actually use a primary weapon. However, you can select 2 secondary weapons. On top of that, with this, we get 4 equipment slots, so we get 2 tactical nades, 1 lethal, and a field upgrade. And then for our gear, we get 1 set of gloves, 1 set of boots, and 2 pieces of gear with this. And on top of this, it has a few perks attached to it. This one will refresh your stamina every time you get a kill. It will improve your reload speed. It will allow you to reload while sprinting. It increases your swap speed by a minimum of 40%, but it'll be even more on some guns. And you're going to spawn in with maximum reserve ammo while using this. So quite a bit going on there with this one, and I could definitely see myself having a lot of fun just going pistol only with this vest. After that, we have another brand new vest called the Modular Assault Rig. And with this one, we get 5 equipment slots. So we get 2 tacticals, 2 lethals, and a field upgrade. Then for gear, we get 1 gloves, 1 boots, and 1 gear. And then finally, as a perk with this, we start with maximum reserve ammo, and we resupply our lethals and tacticals from dead players, just like Scavenger, but this time it actually works for our equipment. With this one, I think it will be quite niche for those that just really love using a lot of equipment. And then finally for new vests, we have the Compression Carrier, and this one has been leaked for a very long time. It's good to see that it's finally being added to the game. With this for equipment, we get 1 lethal, so no tactical and no field upgrade, and we get 3 gear slots, so gloves, boots, and gear. But the main thing with this one is the perk that's attached to it. With this, you immediately regenerate your health after you get a kill or after you capture an objective. And on top of this, you get reduced effects from gas grenades. So that one's definitely got a very powerful perk attached to it, which is effectively Quick Fix for Modern Warfare 2. But the problem here is you are pretty limited. You don't get that field upgrade, you don't get tactical equipment. And honestly, it looks like the trade-offs for that are likely going to be quite balanced, because otherwise this would be probably just the obvious choice for many people out there. In either case, that's it for the 3 new vests we're going to be seeing. I don't think I mentioned yet, all 3 of those are coming with the launch of Season 3. Next, let's get into new perks. And the first new perk we're going to be seeing is in the boots category. And this one is called Reinforced. And this one will be coming with the launch of Season 3. And with this, we're just immune to movement reduction effects, which is one of the perks that you get with the Ninja Vest already. So they're just going to be applying that to a boot if you want to select that. Which, let's be honest, nobody's going to be using that, since we're all going to be using either the Covert Sneakers or the Ninja Vest. After that, in the gear category, we're going to be getting the high grain antenna at launch as well. And with this one, it zooms out your minimap for you and nearby allies. Also, enemies will remain on your radar for longer for you and your nearby allies if that nearby ally has the CCT Comms Vest perk. And then finally, you will see nearby ally radar pings from Intel Jacker and compass indicators from nearby ally signal jammers. So that one seems like it's got a lot of potential. I could definitely see a lot of people leaning in that direction. Then after that, let's get into some new equipment, and both of these are going to be coming mid-season, so not next week at launch. The first one is the EMD mine. So with this one, it's a proximity triggered mine that will stick to surfaces, and when you trigger it, it will shoot out a tracker device that will reveal that enemy's location, just like if you throw an EMD grenade out. The only difference here is it's a placeable equipment rather than a throwable equipment. And as much as I generally don't like placeable equipment, this one seems perfectly fair and balanced, and I actually quite like the sounds of it. And then on top of that mid-season, we're going to have EVG, or Enhanced Vision Goggles, coming mid-season. And this allows you to toggle between normal vision and EVG, with integrated target highlighting, and it has a limited time battery. And it looks like this is the view that you're going to see when activating EVG. And with that, let's now move on to the brand new weapons and aftermarket parts that are coming with Season 3. And the first brand new weapon we're going to be seeing in the Battle Pass at launch for Season 3 is the FJX Horus in the SMG category. And this one was leaked. It is based off of the MP9. And they mention it's going to have best-in-class close quarters damage and mobility, although I don't really take the descriptions of these guns too seriously because they're often just straight up inaccurate from the blog post. So we'll have to wait to see how it actually performs in game. Next up, also in the Battle Pass, so coming at the launch of Season 3, is the Moors Sniper Rifle, which was also leaked, and you guys might recognize this from Advanced Warfare. And this one is described as a single-load railgun with high damage payload and excellent velocity and penetration. Then after that, also in the Battle Pass, we're going to be getting a new melee weapon called the Gladiator, and this is a concealable punch knife. Presumably, this will have quite a high mobility compared to some of the other melee weapons. And then finally, for brand new guns, we're going to be seeing the Bal 27 mid-season. So this one isn't coming at launch. And again, this is a gun from Advanced Warfare. And they mention with this one, it will increase fire rate over time when the trigger is squeezed. And the first 4 shots are slower to fire, but highly accurate. And if I'm not mistaken, that was how the Obsidian Steed version of the BAL-27 worked. I might have that mixed up with a different version of it. But that is going to wrap it up for the brand new guns. However, we've also got 8 aftermarket parts coming, and in many cases, these are going to be effectively like brand new guns. And let's just dive right into this, keeping in mind that they didn't really outline the order that we're going to be receiving these. It could come in any order. But the first one here is the Jack Cutthroat stock. So this is going to be available on the MCW, MTZ, M4, and the AMR9 SMG. And this is a 3D printed stock that provides an unrivaled combination of speed and stability while aiming down sight. After that, we have the Jack Revenger kit, and this one is for the BP-50 assault rifle. And this is a conversion kit that turns a BP-50 into a close quarters combat weapon. So it's a 9mm caliber conversion with a shortened receiver and high capacity magazines. So presumably less damage, but better handling and mobility stats. Then we've got the Jack Jawbreaker for the KV broadside shotgun. So I believe this is our very first Modern Warfare 2 aftermarket part that's specifically designed for a Modern Warfare 2 gun. And with this, it converts the shotgun into a hard-hitting automatic battle rifle. Then after that, we have the Jack Shadow Titan kit for the Bruin Mark 9. And with this one, it converts it into a compact and integrally suppressed light support weapon chambered in 300 Blackout. Then we have the Jack Patriot kit for the M16, also a Modern Warfare 2 weapon, and this one will convert it from a burst gun to a full auto rifle. Then we have one they just call Wardens, and this is for the Lockwood Mark II, and with this one, we've got akimbo lever action shotguns with this, and that immediately brings up nightmares from the original Modern Warfare 2. Hopefully they aren't completely overtuned like those ones are when they first came out, but time will tell on that one. Then after that, we've got the Jack Atlas kit for the AMR9 SMG, and this one converts the AMR9 into an extremely lethal and accurate 5-round burst carbine chambered in 5.56. And then finally for aftermarket parts, we have the Photonic Charge Barrel, and this is going to be for the new Moores sniper rifle. And with this one, when you hold the trigger, it will charge the rifle, and then it will release a high-powered energy projectile. And that one sounds pretty cool just because we don't have a sniper rifle like that in the game currently. And with that, that's finally going to wrap it up for all of the new non-cosmetic content that we can expect to see for Season 3 in multiplayer. And like I said, I'm pretty confident this is like by far the most content-packed season we've ever seen in the Call of Duty franchise history for a single season for multiplayer. And I'm absolutely blown away by what I'm seeing here. Now, obviously, just like with every time I make a roadmap video, they haven't revealed all of the gameplay changes, like weapon balancing changes and any other adjustments that they're going to be making to the game, like bug fixes and stuff too. That should all be coming closer to the launch, so I'll be sure to cover that once it comes out. But so far, I've got to say, I am blown away by the content we're seeing this season, and I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on it. Now, of course, these are just my opinions, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about all of this seasonal content in those comments down below. Are you guys generally excited for Season 3, or not so much? If you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.